where Jesus says to his disciples around the table, I am the true vine, my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes so that it will be more fruitful. You are already clean because of the words I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I'll abide in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must abide in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. If a man abides in me and I in him, he will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. I love that verse. I love the imagery of the vine, and I see grapes and all that. In 2004, I came to Crown College. This is my 10th year at Crown College, but I came without a job. Because in 2003, I had finished a large project with a Christian publishing company, Fruit, but I spent a year unemployed. That's a dirty word for me. I had never been without a job, and it was a hard year to discover who I really am. Are you a college professor if you don't have a job? What do you do? Oh, I'm a college professor. Where do you teach? Nowhere. So who are you? Who am I? And it took me a whole year to discover that. And then I came to Crown, and it was brand new and all that. And one day I came home, and I said, man, I am pruned. I am really pruned. So if you got the prune vine there, I was like, would you bring that up? And I painted, there we go, this picture. Those of you in front can see the real thing. This is the original. And those of you in the back can see that up there. Okay. This is not my best painting, and I've been painting for a lot of years, and I've painted a lot of paintings. It's not my best technical painting. In fact, I painted it in 2 hours. But I came home at the end of the day, and I felt like I have to paint who I am, what I'm feeling like right now. So I painted this. It's kind of dismal. If you see it close, you see that I put some of the dirt, the mud from the bottom up in the sky too. But it's not without hope. It's not dead. It's not a dead vine. I've got greens in there too, as you can see, even greens on the way up. But that was me in 2004. A very personal statement. I never showed it to anybody for 4 years because I couldn't do it, you know. It's just like some of you with poetry have talked to Don over here about his poetry. There's some poetry that he's not going to share with you. It's just too close. Well, it was 4 years later, and I had borne fruit. And I had felt like I was in the right place, and this is where God wanted me. So my wife Linda said, Gene, it's time to paint the fruited vine. If you would put that up, please, Isaac. The fruited vine. All right, I'm technically better at this point, but I really wanted to paint luscious fruit. I really wanted to paint the leaves and all that kind of stuff. And it was time, and so I painted it. The two tell the story of abiding in the vine. It's called a diptych, D-I-P-T-Y-C-H, not dipstick, diptych. The two of them go together. And they do go together. They hang in my office to remind me that this vine is not dead. But this vine one day is going to bear its fruit and it's going to be pruned again. And the older I get, the more the pruning is, and actually the deeper the pruning is, because the fruit is more productive. So I'm reminded that the life in Christ and abiding in Christ is just staying in the vine. That vine goes nowhere. Abide in me and I will abide in you. And then, eventually, you'll be bearing the fruit. Right now, I'm in this stage. I look up there and I say, yeah, 2013 was not a wonderful year for me. I was pruned a lot. You know, but I know that eventually, if I wait long enough, there will be fruit. And I know there will be fruit. It just keeps going. And then one day, the great pruning is going to happen. And a few split seconds later, I'll see the great harvest. So I put those in my office to remind me of that. Jesus said in that same table conferences in his last lecture, he said, "This is to my Father's glory that you bear much fruit, showing yourself to be my disciples." And then he said something I'm going to share with you that I always remember when I look look up at that board. Okay, here we go. For you brothers and sisters in Christ, you did not choose me, but I chose you to go and to bear fruit. What kind of fruit? Fruit that will last. You did not choose me. I chose you to go and bear fruit. Fruit that will last. God bless you.